morning one and all. Shri Mamta Chawla Shikshan Prasarak Mandal, Shri Kumarswami College Ausa heartily greets all the honorable dignitaries and participants here on the virtual dais for the national webinar. The national webinar is the part of a mega webinar series which was started by the college on the occasion of Golden Jubilee year of the institution. The webinar series has the theme of women dignity, women empowerment and environmental conservation. The webinar series has the objectives of giving and taking knowledge, of enriching and enhancing knowledge, of trying to find out answers to questions and solutions to problems through the discussions after the keynote speeches, which can help the individuals, the society and the nation. The webinar series is going on very smoothly, successfully, without any trouble. The credit of all it goes to the chief organizer and chairperson of this webinar series, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Ambedkar sir. In the beginning of this webinar, I welcome him as the chairperson of this webinar. Today, I am very happy to inform you all that we have the honorable dignitary and keynote speaker for today's national webinar, Honorable Dr. Mamta Chawla ma'am, who is an associate professor at Marketing AGBS AUUP India. The honorable speaker is going to enlighten us, deliver a keynote speech on the topic Flipped Classroom Teaching, Need of the Hour for Higher Education Institutions. On behalf of the organizing committee of webinar series, Shri Kumarswami College Ausa, I heartily welcome you ma'am as an invited speaker for this national webinar. I also welcome all honorable organizing committee members, Vice Principal Dr. S.D. Misa sir, Junior College Supervisor Dr. Patwari sir, Ambadas Khillare sir and Dr. Wadkar sir. We all have gathered here on the virtual platform to listen the keynote speech. But before that, we all will have pleasure to listen the introduction of today's chief guest and keynote speaker. So I request Dr. Anita Dhole ma'am to introduce today's invited speaker. Please ma'am, welcome.
Thank you sir. Good evening everyone. You are welcome to this grand successful knowledge sharing webinar series. Resource person on this virtual platform. Many special thanks goes to all the organizing committee members and big thanks to all the participants who are joining daily from all over India and abroad also. It's my pleasure. I am here to introduce today's keynote speaker, Honorable Dr. Mamta Chawla ma'am, who is Associate Professor Marketing AGBS Noida, AUUP India. Title of speech is Flipped Classroom Teaching, Need of the Hour for Higher Education Institutions. Dr. Mamta Chawla ma'am completed PhD from AIMA, AMU, MBA, PG DBM and BCom UGC NET qualified in management. She has more than 13 years of university level teaching experience and 5 years corporate work experience. She is the supervisor of BBA and MBA students for their research and project work. As a mentor, she is also responsible for guiding and counseling students for their career progression. She is also a member of the various committees of the institution. Her research areas include marketing, CRM, and consumer behavior. So, after this introduction, I would like to request today's keynote speaker, Honorable Dr. Mamta Chawla ma'am. Please start your presentation. Thank you. Welcome, ma'am.
Just unmute, ma'am, please. Unmute. Unmute yourself. Okay.
So, first of all, let me thank Professor Principal Sir for this opportunity and nice and warm welcome to be part of this piece. I'm very delighted and really thankful to Principal Sir. This is the reason I have kept this picture on the screen. That yes, we all must first actually acknowledge his contribution. We should have a clap for him. The way he is actually making this complete series, and I'm very sure we are. Sir is actually listening towards making a new record. I think principals can highlight about that record that he is in type for. So I would request you first to talk about it. Okay, so maybe towards the end, principal sir will share his
Yes.
thoughts and the progress. How we have, there is a complete long list. So they may not have actually acknowledged me that I'm one of the attendee in their seminars, and it's so many other attending. So yes, like Dr. Neeraj Kaushik sir, he has met me only once, but yes, I am always watching his videos. Let me accept it. I'm not an expert. My area of expertise is marketing, but here I'm going to talk about flipped classroom. Because I hope we all can appreciate that, yes, new NEP is going to be implemented. I hope you think in between.
National Education Policy.
Thank you. This is my issue. This is my problem. I am here, even with the faculties, they expect a certain level of engagement or interaction so that we should not get bored. Even we may belong to different backgrounds, but here whole agenda is to really transform each of us, because I attended one of the workshop where the first thing is your attitude to let me accept the perfect. Let me check how I know in online mode you all are there, but you can be having some engagement. You can get distracted to use your WhatsApp or mobile phone and check your mobile what is coming in. So it's better for me in case few of you can be active and reply. I hope I'm loud and clear, and I am requesting anyone to say yes or no. That I will be more than happy, because I am not the expert in this particular area. I'm engaged so that we all can improve as faculty, the community we belong to. So how one faculty students are going to enjoy, and how UGC and different agencies they have found, because I have learned so many FDPs, I have learned so many courses. So how I, as a facilitator, as an educator, should improve my delivery, and how there is no way out. And I would appreciate in case, please, anytime you just unmute yourself and raise a question. In case you are not raising, so it will be a question mark on me, whether I am able to transmit my knowledge, my understanding to you. And the best sign for me that my students are learning, even if you are faculties, you are attending me, that is the reason your mind starts functioning and you are raising query. That means something is there that I need to explain in a better way. Right? So I'll be concentrating only what part I need to know as a facilitator. I'll not be telling you about the history, about how it started in 1984 and 2007, it was commercialized or adopted by one of the institute. I'm not going to talk about, you all can access it from internet. That is the beauty of this complete session. It's going to be completely practical oriented. How we as faculty can improve and engage into flipped classroom setting. First of all, let me accept, I have also attended one of the course. Thanks to, I hope you all are aware, Swayam. That is a very beautiful platform where I have attended one of the course, 4th grade course of IGNOU Design and Facilitation of Learning course. Again, I think as an educator, first I need to test as a learner, right? So I have attended FDPs as well. I have attended certain courses also, so that I can understand it better. Unless my understanding is clear, I won't be able to transmit it. And this is, we need to first appreciate and acknowledge we all are not perfect. We are in a particular stream where we need to keep on learning. If you have that attitude towards yourself, towards learning, only then there is a scope that we all can do. So this is the reason I am taking this session. As such, I will be learning from you as well. I'll be passing on my understanding, and I would appreciate in case you have followed certain good practices, please do share how we all complement each other. So I'm starting with a small video. When I'm saying flipped classroom, I need to tell you how to really employ these kind of online. The beauty is there. You are sitting at your Sunday evening, you are attending my session. This is the first sign of sincerity about self-improvement. All those who have attended to this session, I really appreciate their sincerity towards their profession. That yes, Sunday evening they are attending this session. I hope this video is visible, and you need to acknowledge whether the audio is available or not, so that I can change the setting otherwise.
Not yet visible, madam.
Is a new method of teaching that is turning.
Is the audio available?
Visible. Okay.
No, I am talking about the audio. In case the audio is available, right. So this is one of the basics. When we are using online resources, we need to talk about the connectivity. And there is a digital divide, at least in India. So when I say classroom, we need to understand our infrastructure as well. By the time this video is buffering,
Alex,
step.
Every day, thousands of teachers deliver the exact same lesson class to millions of students. Every night, millions of students sit over the exact same homework, trying to figure out how
We can't see video, madam. It's stagnant.
to solve it. It's upside down. Traditionally, students listen to lectures and take tests in class and read textbooks and work on concepts at home. In flip teaching, students first study the topic by themselves.
In case this audio is, as you said,
Video is not visible. Something.
workers and customers, they are okay. So overall, the total environment, specifically post COVID-19, is changing. There are different skills being like, but it's anyway, what was the last thing that I can get?
It is breaking sound, I think.
I mean the slide. I hope you all can see my screen, top skills and skill groups. What do you do?
I myself not, but
Was I
anyone.
able to present this to you all?
I am unable to see your screen, madam.
Okay, let me share it again then. I'm sharing my entire screen. I hope now it's. So is it visible? Top skills and skill groups?
Yes, it's visible. Yes. Yes, madam.
Right. So that is. I covered this part also. There are Vita and the requirements for higher education. And that is the reason I really, which is broader. That means blended is part of the film is part of blended. So what I really found that yes, split is one part of blended learn. What is blended, hybrid or technology related or web enhanced instruction or mixed? There are different terminology used. All these are overall terms under which you have discussed. So what is blended? It's approach to educate combining online material with interactive interaction with traditional phase class. You are like a blender, you mix up everything, and it is mixed in such a way you won't be able to find out which is lying where. So it is as per the requirement. What will be the blending consistency, your requirement, liquefying, how liquid do you want? So it's something you need to decide. Is no set rule. So it requires physical presence of both teacher and student. Means it's not online. It's not a classroom we are talking about. So we need to really talk about, there are some elements where students can control time, place, your speed, the path, how they channelize. So flipped classroom is one type of blended learning, where the whole idea is to engage students. For the time being, I am not using, there are so many tools that you can employ, like Answer Garden, where you can create workloads, you can use so many polls also. I'm not employing all those, understanding you may have different background, you need to use internet connection, you need to go on your browser and go to those sites. Same way you use in your mobile phone also, all those different platforms where you can engage your student a lot. So it includes in flipped classroom, we include the lectures, collaborate in online discussion, then they may carry out the research at home, and there are number of other activities where the mentor is of in the class. So before we further, the lot of traditional classroom. So how the where the teacher is not doing a pre-reading. For today's session, not doing reading. So it's more towards traditional classroom that I am speaking, and the participation of people is very less. I can't cross-check with the material given to you. We have not any material. The pre-reading is not technique. It's more towards class. Traditional online virtual classroom. In terms of flipped classroom, let's understand how it is different. See, there are three categories, three compartments. The first is before class, during class, and after class. If you see traditional style of teaching, where there is nothing before class, no pre-reading material is provided. During the class, the knowledge is transferred in the form of lectures. It can be blackboard lecture, whiteboard lecture, whatever you are doing. The knowledge transfer undertakes during the class itself. After that, some homework is assigned. It can be practice or problem solving after class. Now see on the screen itself, the second part is flipped classroom, where before classes, because we are talking about higher educational institute, where ideally the student should be given e-learning. Electronically, they should be given some content, right? So that they can build their own knowledge base. And during the class, the facilitator or the instructor, they are going to help them to apply the knowledge by or develop a skill based upon different activities. It can be group based, it can be open, it can be problem solved. So the whole idea of having this is the screen. Anyone who can really
I think
I think there is there is network issue. Madam will continue. Please wait.
I think there is some network issue with the honorable speaker. Please wait for some time. She will rejoin and continue her speech. Please participate. Ma'am, you are not audible.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
My apologies for the internet connectivity. I had changed the because from home these can be a little issue. So I'll start from how traditional classroom and flipped are different. Should I cover this part?
Yes, ma'am, you can continue.
Right. So I started with how traditional classroom and flipped classroom are different. So if you could see on the screen, like before classroom, there is nothing, there's a blank box in traditional classroom setting. That means nothing is being assigned to the student to come prepared with. There is no pre-reading is assigned to them. The knowledge transfer undertakes during the classes itself, mostly in the form of lectures or whiteboard or blackboard. They get to know that there is something new concept or new method. They understand during the classes itself. And after the classes, traditionally, they are given some type of homework that they need to practice or they need to undertake some type of problem solving. Against this traditional classroom setting or pedagogy, the flipped classroom is having e-learning content. That means the students are given some type of online or internet-based content which they need to really come prepared with. That means individually they need to construct their own knowledge base. They're not coming blank in the class. And during the class, there are activities. That means they need to really raise their questions because the concept is not new to them. They have to undertake the activities. Those can be individually assigned like problem solving or it can be group based. For example, case studies. This was the screen I was talking about. In case any of you are aware about what this screen talks about. Anyone who has heard about this particular framework? I would appreciate out of 39 approx attendees, in case any of the faculty member who can recall what this screen is talking about, because this is the complete premises for flipped classroom. Our context is very clear. We all are into higher educational institutions where employability is a major concern. It's different from school teaching. Anyone who is aware of this framework? The basic is remembering, then understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating. The last one is creating. Okay, so I hope Bloom taxonomy we all have heard of. So this is the framework where we are moving from basic to higher order. That means how students are expected to follow this learning process. The first thing is remembering. That means they need to recall relevant knowledge from the long-term memory. So initially in the school days, they are told about tables, how they really learn those tables. It should be on their language learning is also there. Understanding, making sense of what they are learning. Comprehension. Applying, that means using the knowledge to gain a new way. Applying their own mind. When they have learned some law, they need to apply that law in actually their daily conduct, or they should appreciate the application of that law, not only understanding what is it. Like how in mathematics, when they know the speed of the train and they are given certain things, they calculate few more things. Analyzing, that means they should be able to break the concept into parts. Analyzing, again, is higher order. Understand how each part is interconnected. That is, again, we are moving from now basic level to higher level. Evaluating, making judgments based on a set of guidelines. Now, again, it's higher order because the student needs to now evaluate that yes, how the application is dependent upon some factor, and there are certain guidelines we need to follow so that we can understand the suitability. And the last one, not everyone is able to reach to that particular. Putting information together in an innovative way. Mostly we follow or we copy paste. So in creation, there is no scope of copy pasting. So the knowledge is created, new model is created, new solution is created. So with this particular picture, I hope we all can relate that yes, now we have turned the pyramid from basic level to higher order. So in Bloom's taxonomy, before class, whatever he is remembering or understanding from a higher educational institution student is expected that he will come prepared. So all these remembering and understanding, what is the model all about, what is the major construct of that model, what are the preconditions, everything he comes prepared. So for that, we may give him some online resources, some link or our own video we can shoot. During the class, we really make them understand how to apply and analyze in the form of different group discussion, individual problem solving activities like case-based teaching. So during the class, the teacher is not only lecturing, the teacher is not only telling them this is the concept is already been introduced. We are not actually hand-holding as an educator. What we are doing? We are actually now helping them to apply that knowledge and analyze, so that after that they can think of evaluating that yes, whether they have assimilated, what are the shortcomings, and they can create their own opinion, their own model and develop. This is the reason what we are saying, we are talking about employability of our students. So the industry, they are not going to tell what is the theory, what is the construct, but how that theory help them to solve the problem in a better way. That is the whole idea. That is the reason it is applicable, the flipped classroom is applicable more in the setting of higher educational institutions. This is a comprehensive slide. I hope it's visible to all.
Yes.
This is Bloom's taxonomy before, during, after, I hope. So, for a higher educational institution, before class, we need to give them resources so that they can remember and understand the concept. during class they'll apply, and after class they evaluate. This is the whole idea about employing Bloom's taxonomy in a higher educational institutions. This is the complete list which I am talking about, how we can go in detail. That in a flipped classroom, how you have pre-class setting, in-class setting, and post-class setting. In in-class setting, they may analyze, they can apply, and post-class setting, they may have their own higher order synthesis of the concept so that they can create their own opinion, their own. There are few examples also written, you all can see on the screen. I hope all of you can see and take a screenshot of it. It's quite detailed. You all can read it at your own disposal, like short reading, narrated PowerPoint slides, short lectures recording, 7 to 10 minutes audio video articles. These are all pre-reading or pre-session they need to come prepared with. So these are pre-class. During the class, there would be discussion, like real-life work templates, team-based learning, in-class voting, real-world examples like case study, presentations, tutorials, debates, simulation. Again, it's a higher order. It depends on infrastructure being provided. There can be labs also. So these are in-class where they apply. The post-class, tutorial, assignment, fieldwork, report writing, clinical placements. So these are the basics of a flipped classroom that we all need. That means as a faculty, I need to prepare a lot. I need to share the content halfway. I need to tell them this is the link you can watch, or I need to shoot my own video when I'm explaining the concept to them, so that I am utilizing the time where during the class I'm not telling them the concept. They have already aware of the concept. I have to make sure they have come prepared. So I may create my own mechanism to check whether they are coming prepared or whether they have understood the concept or not. So I may create some kind of quiz maybe. When I shared something, a new concept or regarding the concept, initially I may start. Let me understand whether they have understood the concept or not. So I may start straight away with the quiz. So you can have your own plan. These are the 7 basic steps towards a flipped classroom. Again, you need to be very clear. It's more of technology or database. Electronic, that is the reason we are talking. Selection of technology is very important. You need to understand how we are living in a country where our students are given different backgrounds, the infrastructure, do they have their own mobile phones and laptops, do they have internet connectivity or not. We are utilizing so many platforms, but let's not assume all the students, like I'm teaching in Delhi NCR, in Noida campus, all of the students are having their own smartphone devices, all of them are having their, I would say, laptops also. So I can expect them to watch a complete video. I can ask them to come prepare with that video, then attend. But in your institution, whether your students are having that infrastructure or not, because you're giving pre-reading, so what you need to give them? You need to give them maybe a link where they can download and read, or a YouTube video link. You need to decide which type of technology you need to deploy. Then what type of video platform? In case you want to shoot your own video or you want to share, there are so many open educational resources free of cost available. The links you can share. Like I started with the SWAM. Since SWAM, there are so many videos available. Online, there are so many other videos available that you can really find very useful for your topic, and you can ask your students to please go and watch this video before coming for your class. So you need to, third step is format based on student feedback. What they are going to understand, the language we are using, the format or technology we are using, are they able to really utilize it? That is the reason in fourth step we need to verify whether they have viewed those videos or they have employed or utilize those resources. If I'm asking them, my student, come after reading a complete chapter which is in PDF form I have sent you through WhatsApp. Alright? So there are 4 pages. I should be able to really understand what type of students I'm catering. Whether everyone is going to come prepared with reading those 4 pages of PDF file, I'm sorry. Today's generation is different. We said there are 4 types of students. Not every student is comfortable reading 4 pages. Even if I assign them a 1 week time, that yes, next week come prepared after those 4 pages case study reading so that we can discuss. to really understand that only sharing long PDFs may not really make them have their knowledge updated or learn the concept. So you may resort more towards videos, your own lecture, video capture and share. So how video making becomes very important. And sixth point is be consistent. The student's style you know, your style they know. Sometimes it's good that you can surprise them, but yes, the way you are teaching, how it's working, you need to actually take a feedback and find the case that you can improve in terms of passing on that understanding. That is the beauty of this flipped classroom, where we are assigning 3 types of activities: pre-class, during class and post-class. With this, I would like to now hand over this platform to question and answer session that we all can discuss, and please do share. I may share my own example. Before anyone really start, I shared case study in strategic management, which I was teaching to my students, because I'm teaching BB and MBA students in Amity University. So after 1 week, I realized that out of my 100 something students, hardly 5 said that we have read case. We can't discuss the case unless the students come prepared. So what I did? I realized that this is not working. Only 2 pages are there in the case. The students are not coming prepared. So I designed one quiz. I said I'm extending this particular quiz case study for 1 week, and the first thing we'll do, first we'll hold a quiz about the case, so that at least they can really check that they are aware about the major happenings or the data, about the major characters of the case, so that we can actually move to the higher order. We can't discuss something when we are not aware of. So that worked very well because of the quiz, a pair of quiz. So I said I could really see that out of 120, almost 100 scored above 6 out of 10. That means at least they have fair understanding of the case, so that I can move to the higher order. That means discussion. So for a case discussion, that can be one way for you to engage all the students. So these quizzes, now this is additional work for me. Rather than only sending those 2 pages of PDF, I have to convert those 2 pages PDF into 10 questions, MCQ questions. What is there in the case, so that they can understand. Same way, it depends upon the topic you are taking. You may undertake these kind of newer ways where you are finding it out, whatever material you are sharing, the pre-reading or the video you are sending to your students, are they really utilizing those? So that you can really take them to the next level. Like critically evaluate something, some framework given to you. That means what are the shortcomings? Unless they understand what is the concept, they cannot critique it. They cannot find out the limitation of that. That means the context in which that particular concept is applicable, that model is applicable. So I would appreciate anyone, we do have I think 10 minutes to close the session, and I would appreciate the questions before I request to give a feedback about the session, because there were a lot of interruptions due to internet connectivity as well.
Thank you, ma'am, for your detailed speech on the topic. Now I request participants, if you have any doubt, any question, any opinion, any addition or suggestion, please come with it. Please, participants.
Prakash sir, I think Sunday evening, so we are expecting, maybe I am expecting a lot from fellow colleagues. So I would appreciate in case my colleagues can fill the form, feedback form. I have shared the link so that I can improve. So when I'm asking the 7th step, I need to follow that step as well. And please Noida. I want true opinion about this. If you wish to share, there is no compulsion. I could see 45 people. I hope 5 would be organizing committee member. They can also give the feedback. In case I get 20 feedback, that means at least I have done some job. Feedback, whether positive or negative, that is secondary.
Once again, I request participants, please participate in the question answer session by asking questions or raising your doubts, please. And also feedback link has been provided by, yes, come in.
सर, मैं मैडम से यह जानना चाहता हूँ, और ब्लूम टेक्सोनोमी के बारे में मैडम थोड़ा हमको थोड़ा समझा दीजिए, बहुत खुश हो जाऊंगा।
आप हिंदी में समझना चाहेंगे इंग्लिश में?
हिंदी में समझा दीजिए मैडम, ब्लूम टेक्सोनोमी के बारे में थोड़ा बता दीजिए।
जी सर, आज की डेट में जो हम न्यू एजुकेशन पॉलिसी की बात कर रहे हैं, उसमें बहुत ज़रूरी है, हम अगर हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन में हैं तो हम अपने स्टूडेंट्स को सिर्फ कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं बताएं, उनकी एप्लीकेशन भी बताएं, और उनको ये ना बोले आप कॉपी पेस्ट कीजिए। उनको हम इतना एम्पावर करें कि वो अपने कॉन्सेप्ट खुद बना पाए। इसीलिए आपने जो ध्यान दिया वो एक पिरामिड शेप था। पिरामिड शेप यानी नीचे से वो ब्रॉड है, कॉन्सेप्ट काफी सारे हैं जो उनको याद रखने पड़ते हैं, पर वो सारे के सारे स्टूडेंट सेम नहीं है, सारे हायर ऑर्डर की तरफ नहीं पहुंच पाते हैं। सेम जो स्कूल टीचिंग है उसमें हम उन्हें टेबल याद करवाते हैं या अल्फाबेट से याद करवाते हैं, अल्फाबेट से वर्ड्स बनाने आते हैं, वर्ड्स सेंटेंसेस बनाने आते हैं, सेंटेंसेस बनाने के बाद क्या करते हैं, पैराग्राफ लिखते हैं, एप्लीकेशन लिखते हैं। आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू रिलेट हाउ एक वर्ड सीखने के बाद एक लैंग्वेज में आपको वर्ड्स और ग्रामर वगैरह आनी चाहिए, तभी क्रिएटिव राइटिंग की तरफ आप जाएंगे। सारे स्टूडेंट नॉवल नहीं लिख सकते, स्टोरी नहीं लिख सकते, हमें कैसे उन्हें एम्पावर करना है, यही है ब्लूम्स टैक्सोनॉमी कि हायर एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशन में उनको सिर्फ रट्टू तोता नहीं बनाना है, कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं बताने हैं, सिर्फ उन्हें उससे आगे लेके जाना है। कैसे मेरा एक स्टूडेंट अपनी एक स्टोरी लिख सकता है क्योंकि मैं उसे एक लैंग्वेज पढ़ा रही हूँ, कैसे वो एक अच्छी प्रेजेंटेशन दे सकता है क्योंकि वो अपना दिमाग लगा रहा है, कैसे वो क्रिटिकली एनालाइज कर सकता है जो फ्रेमवर्क मैं उसे बता रही हूँ, या आप जो उस लैब में बता रहे हैं वो कैसे अप्लाई करेगा। मेरे ख्याल से हम सबने एक मूवी देखी होगी आमिर खान की, 3 इडियट्स। सर मेरी बात अगर आपको समझ में आ रही है तो उस मूवी में आपने देखा हो तो आमिर खान एंड में दिखाया जाता है साइंटिस्ट बन जाते हैं, कैसे उनके जो सीखे हुए लोग हैं वो जो लॉ सीखते हैं फिजिक्स के वो अप्लाई भी करते हैं। दैट इज क्रिएटिंग योर ओन, सो यू कैन क्रिएट। पेटेंट्स कैसे बनाए जाते हैं, इनोवेशन कैसे की जाती है, दैट मीन्स student applying his higher order of learning, he is creating his own knowledge। वो अपने खुद डिजाइन बना रहे हैं, वो अपनी खुद थ्योरीज बना रहे हैं। तो हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन में हम बच्चों को या स्टूडेंट्स को पीएचडी करने के लिए ही नहीं आगे बोल रहे हैं, हम इंडस्ट्री में जाने के लिए बोल रहे हैं। अगर मैं पीएचडी करने के लिए भी उनको बोल रही हूँ तो दे शुड बी एबल टू राइट देयर ओन थीसिस, their own topic they should be able to select. Only then they'll get registered in a university for PhD program. तो ये ब्लूम्स टैक्सोनॉमी आपको हेल्प करती है हायर एजुकेशन इंस्टीट्यूशन की फैकल्टीज को कि हम स्टूडेंट से कुछ चीजें खुद पढ़ने की उम्मीद लगाए, जिसे हम बोलते हैं सेल्फ लर्निंग। वीडियो देख के, क्योंकि ये आज की जनरेशन बहुत स्मार्ट है, वो हम लोग जैसे नहीं है जो 20 साल पहले मैं यस सर बोलती थी, आज मेरा स्टूडेंट मुझे हाय सर बोलता है। वो स्मार्टफोन पे व्हाट्सएप पे मेरे को मैसेज कर रहा है। उनकी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर काफी अलग है। सोशल मीडिया जो वो यूज कर रहे हैं, इंस्टाग्राम, क्या मुझे वो आते हैं, क्या मैं उनकी लैंग्वेज समझ पा रही हूँ? तो ये जो ब्लूम्स टैक्सोनॉमी है ये मेन जो है स्टूडेंट्स को समझ के अप्लाई करने के लिए है कि कैसे आप टेक्नोलॉजी को भी यूटिलाइज करें। इस रीजन हम इसे फ्लिप क्लासरूम बोल रहे हैं। इन क्लास एक्टिविटी during class activity, post class activities. I hope आपको थोड़ा सा इसका आंसर मिल गया होगा. Concept is Bloom's taxonomy is very beautiful.
Madam, this is Mahavidyalaya Ahmad.
Sound is not clear, but मुझे समझ गया है.
जी.
Sound is not clear, but समझ गया. Thank you, madam.
Madam, good evening. This is Mahavidyalaya Ahmad. Your presentation was quite good, but I said there are certain places where teachers are not able to. If you take the example, many times it has been shown on the TV that in teachers of Bihar, in Uttarakhand, in I would call Jharkhand. I have seen the television, the clippings. The teachers are not able to understand these things. Don't you think a training for this taxonomy has to be imparted before it has been implemented? That is what actually. What is for that worry?
Yes, definitely. First, we need to understand. See, when I don't cook myself, now I can tell you the recipe.
Exactly. That's what I feel.
Very right, sir. So we all need. So there are two ways. One is for attending FD to saying like me. Second is you need to self-help yourself, sir. That means online resources are available. Like sir just asked me, like how? What is this Bloom? See, unless you open up, because very one of the teachers said first thing is attitude. So as a teacher, am I open to learn?
Yeah.
Am I open to learn? Sir, you are here Sunday evening, 8 o'clock, you're talking to me. That is the first sign that you are open to learn.
One has to learn because learning is such a never-ending process. One has to be.
Yes.
Because if you want that your child, your student should really develop, then you need to develop first. You need to learn first and then relearn first, then impart.
Yes.
Otherwise, what happens? This gap coming, the teacher tries to avoid this and whatever same the conventional system in that way. So the privilege only lies with only the city people or the metros and cosmos, and our population lies in most of the 70% people in the rural areas. And this privilege is being extended only. Of course, the new education policy states a lot, but trust me, given for the training of the teachers first.
Yes.
You need to develop trainers first. Then that trainers go and teach them so that same can be implemented. Then there could be good results. My observation.
Very right, sir. See, one is at personal level. You are actually attending this particular session. There is no certificate. I think principal is not going to give you a certificate. It's your trust. No institution is asking you. You are attending it. There is no registration fee also. This is your at personal level you are doing. What you are suggesting me? You are suggesting me at institutional level. So you may recommend we call Dr. Mamta Chawla. She is going to take a session. I will not charge anything. So if it's at institutional level, yes, we all are very helpful to each other. There are people right? And let me thank once again Principal Sir who is giving this platform where we are interacting. We are thinking about our own students. We want to improve ourselves. This is the reason we are spending time with together. All these 30 students which are here in this session, they have interest. They are taking interest in their improvement, self-learning. We are not waiting for the institution to hold our finger that yes, let me take you and learn that particular technique. So I think we all need to appreciate ourselves. We need to clap each other and thank Principal Sir for providing this platform that we can discuss. And this should be an open platform where what you are teaching, what I'm teaching, we are sharing each other. So in a way, we are helping our community, faculty community, how we are improving, how we are helping students. So what you are doing today is going to really make me proud. TS faculties are very nice. They know the yes.
The advantage today's lecture should percolate down from the 30 to 10 times at least. 10 times. Then only if not government takes an initiative, our right is said by you that yes, it is our responsibility. Yes, we have to whatever little knowledge we have learned from here.
Yes.
If we share with our colleagues, then colleagues will again turn with other colleagues. So that will automatically. But it should be the mass level. When we want big change should come from us only. You are rightly said.
Yes, yes, yes. That is the reason I started my presentation by thanking my teachers. What I am telling you is because of them. What I am trying to really convey to you, that is the need of the hour. If you want to be in mainstream, there is no escape of learning. You have to learn. Whether you are staying in any part of the country, right? you need to be in this profession, you need to learn. The way I have learned during 2020, I know how my daughter was telling me, Mama, you are not in the classroom. Hold your voice. Because I was not aware, I am very loud. Teaching 120 students in the classroom setting is different, and holding the mic and talking to you in a decent voice, not having the same had a moment, very difficult.
Yes,
The first day of my online class was very difficult for me to sit. It was very painful. Because for more than 10 years, I was teaching, roaming here and there. I was not supposed to use the chair during my lecture. And with 100 plus students, you can't afford to sit even for 5 minutes. And I hope you understand the background of Delhi NCR student, how masters and BB students are different, especially the BB student. You can create ruckus. The background, they may play some game. You can't really leave them alone sitting on the chair.
It was great challenge. It was great challenge, and many have got the experience, know how difficult to teach virtually. It's not that easy. It's not making people to sit.
Very different. Class engagement is very different virtually. How I need to learn a lot of platform, online quizzes, answer garden, polls, so many things I have to learn so that I can engage them.
Unless you make it interesting, nobody's there. Suddenly they open their mic, they open their laptop, it's just off from there, and we think that they are there behind the screen. But really, you're right. It is not that easy
So
to
many disasters happen. Some of my students are walking. By mistake, they turn on the screen or their mobile phone. I could see their foots are there on the screen, and they're not aware of what they are doing and sharing on the screen. Then they say, "Apology, ma'am, by mistake, my mic was open." There's some call from background. There were so many kiosks that 2020 we handled and have learned. I really enjoyed. That is the reason for here.
Anyway, we are getting rid of that problem now. I think this new technology, Kumarswami, is really very, very important for this present generation. Yeah.
Yes.
We can't make them
For
just
us. First, for us, we need to have our own thinking.
Yes.
Rather than quoting others. Why I am not writing my own research paper? Why I am not holding my own research? Why I am following foreign Western people? Do they have mind? I don't have a mind. Can't I create my own model and theory? First, I need to empower myself that I have my own settings. My settings are different. It is applicable in terms
we have been habituated to import things, and we are enjoying that. We have a good talent. India has a good talent. India has good technology. The only thing is we are lagging behind. We are poor at show-how. We are good at know-how, but poor at show-how. That we need to develop our show-how. That's we are good at realism. You are rightly said that we have talent, everything, but we are not utilizing properly. Full capacity is not being utilized.
हमें यही नहीं पता कि हम कितने talented हैं. हमें अपना potential नहीं पता. We get impressed by others. Why we are getting impressed?
Very, very big pathetic condition. हम अपने ही talent को नहीं समझ के we are depending on others. That's making our economy still in the developing economy. We should have been developed long back.
अल्लाह पाक ने आपको बनाया, मुझे बनाया है. वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड वालों को ज़्यादा दिमाग दिया है क्या?
Unnecessarily, that hype has been created. हमारे दिमागों को psychologically hijack किया गया है, मैडम.
आपको इंग्लिश नहीं आती है तो आप एक अच्छे टीचर नहीं हैं. ये हमारे दिमाग में है.
ये वही तो गलत हमारी
थिंकिंग है.
चाइनीज वो अपने मातृभाषा में करते हैं, जापानीज करते हैं, जर्मन करते हैं, तो why can't we in our own language?
जी, यही आयरनी है जिसे ये एनईपी हटा रही है कि रीजनल लैंग्वेजेस को भी इम्पोर्टेंस दी जाए. आप इंग्लिश नहीं बोल रहे तो इसका मतलब ये नहीं आप में दिमाग कम है. आप जहाँ पैदा हुए हैं, जिस एनवायरनमेंट में आप पले बड़े हैं, वहाँ इंग्लिश की इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं है. क्या आप में दिमाग नहीं है? मेरे को अपने स्टूडेंट को ये रियलाइज करवाना है कि आप इंग्लिश की वजह से पीछे रह रहे हैं. उसको अपनी कमी मत मानिए. आपका अपना दिमाग है जो आप चला सकते हैं.
मुश्किल क्या है ना, वो हमारे लोग एहसास पैदा कर रहे हैं. हमारे ही गलती है, हमारे लोग हमारी सोसाइटी में कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं कि इफ यू इंग्लिश में बात नहीं करते तो ऐसे लगता है डोंट लुक यू आर इंग्लिश नहीं आती है. दैट्स व्हाई वी इंफीरियर कॉम्प्लेक्स में हम लोग मुब्तला हो जा रहे हैं. एंड टैलेंट जो हमारा है इट इज डाइंग ऑटोमेटिकली. वो नहीं करना चाहिए. वी शुड एनकरेज.
बिल्कुल. तो एज अ टीचर आई नीड टू फर्स्ट अंडरस्टैंड, आई नीड टू इम्प्रूव that language is only giving expression. Unless I have my own thinking, I cannot express. आपके साथ में बात कर रही हूँ हिंदी और इंग्लिश में, और अगर मुझे बोला जाए आप चाइना में लेक्चर दीजिए तो वहाँ मैं अनपढ़ हूँ. I'm illiterate.
You're right.
So I'm a doctor in a particular language. I can talk about my subject. If you say your subject are military, please don't talk to me in Chinese or French. Let me accept.
I agree with that. Agree. ये सोच अगर हो जाती है तो फिर मैं समझता हूँ it will not take much time that India will be under developed nations list very soon.
Definitely, sir. Our policy makers are very, I think, smart. They are very long visionary that they are implementing this particular NEP, that they want to empower our country. We need to be up one. We need to first have faith in ourselves. Our students.
Yes,
we are not language dependent. Why we are following Britishers? Why we are adopting their language? Sorry. We are empowered, we are blessed, we are living in a country, a diverse country like India, and we are blessed geographically, we are blessed कि intellectually हमारा इतना strong background है. We should be proud of being it. This is my take on it.
Before the British what you call influence, a lot of lectures available in Sanskrit, Arabic, in Punjabi. So that all been spoiled by the Britishers just to make their sort of supremacy. And the Indians are really happy in slavery than the kingship. That is a big again irony of this.
Live example is yoga and Ayurveda. Live example.
Yes.
Forget about our people put word throughout the world. They are acknowledging Ayurveda and yoga are the reason that we could fight against COVID.
Yes, true.
The immunity.
Madam,
How?
in the 50s, my father told me that India after independence is going to induce Sanskrit into India just as Israel did to Hebrew. But unfortunately, we have left Sanskrit and we are all divided by state languages, and it doesn't make sense that we say that we have one national language. No, we need to reinstate Sanskrit as Israel has reinstated Hebrew.
Yes, sir. That is at institution level or the national level. Yes, we all should appreciate it.
All Ayurveda, everything is in Sanskrit. It is not there in Hindi.
Yes, we do. Very true.
Hindi is a very modern language, hardly 350 to 400 years old.
Hello.
Avadi, Maghi, Angika, Bhojpuri, Brajbhasha, Maithili, Khadi Boli, Bundelkhandi, Bagalkhandi have all been made into Hindi by our rulers.
Alliteration. Regional touch been given.
Hello, good evening, ma'am.
Good evening,
Hello.
Shukla, sir.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, we are dealing with the medical field, and usually post lecture we are going for evaluation like OSCE and CBL, that is credit-based learning. So, what is the ideal way you feel that we should conduct this kind of evaluation?
Sir, this is the reason I am taking this topic, thinking it's a platform where diverse set of people, means diverse teaching people would be available. So what you are saying, it's applicable in your field very well. That yes, you need to tell them when they are learning something, they have to practice. I think in medical field, unless they really practice those things, that means in case you are teaching them physiotherapy and they are able to heal a real problem, they'll not be able to understand. So a lot of practices and apprenticeship and all those programs needs to be there, so that they can build those competencies, those skill sets, so that actual live project for them, for working in clinics, for Samaj, I think that is apt to be. It's not that they're learning that they hold a degree, that they are doctor, but will be able to heal people. So unless they really go through those conditions, that every case is different, right? What are the backgrounds? What are the symptoms? What are the diagnosis? How they need to do the correct diagnosis? Only then they'll talk about cure. So a lot of practice in these kind of fields. This is my personal take on Chawla, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Very nice. So I would appreciate, please be vocal. I'm not an expert. I would really appreciate answering, so that I really enjoy this. This is a learning experience for me as well. I'm not an expert, even if you say I'm doctor. So over to
Anybody else?
Sir. Yes, Principal sir, please do share about record we like this as an institution because of you. Please do share with the audience, please. I really appreciate your effort.
Yes, madam, I will conclude the speech when everyone
Right.
stops asking. Okay, ma'am.
I think we are as to the schedule. It's almost at 10.
Okay, it's now just a formal discussion with the.
Is there anybody?
So,
Prakash sir, you may take over the session. I'm here only in
Yes.
case somebody wants to ask. Right, sir?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes. Very good keynote speech and nice interactive question answer session in which we got answers, explanations, additions, suggestions. So really, we all are enriched related to this topic. Now after the keynote speech and question answer session, it is time for all of us to listen the keynote speech, concluding speech by the chief organizer and chairperson of this national webinar. I request you, sir, for your concluding speech. Please, sir, welcome.
thank you, Professor Karad sir, and today's resource person, Dr. Mamta Chawla madam, all the participants and resource persons of this webinar series and daily joining members, Dr. Baduddin Ahmed sir, Dr. Sudhir Garad sir, all the participants and my organizing committee members. Today we were going to conclude the webinar series with a international webinar from a resource person of Singapore at 5th. So there was gap of 2 days to conclude the series because one was announced at 5th as per their convenience. So I don't wish to keep the gap these 2 days and remembered Mamata madam for invitation. Madam, you please join within 2 days, any days as per you you have convenient, and quickly you accepted our invitation and presented very nicely, because nowadays we are discussing about NEPs and what are the aspects of it, how it is implemented very powerfully. With your PPT and examples and the all the matters or points we have explained here are very perfect, because students are not as us, we were of our kind. They are more smart, using high technology, latest technology with them, and we have to supplement our traditional teaching with this technology. Then and then only they could understand very easily the concepts, because syllabus is going so much tough day by day. It was not at the level of 10-year first standard student what he was teaching. Now what is he teaching? So as per requirement of the new syllabus, as per requirement of the our society, syllabus is increased, and at the time so many apps, applications are also available. So before going to the class, in the class and after the class, what we can do for the betterment of the students to understand the concept and to go ahead with higher understanding. So all these aspects in NEP you have covered with examples and the best PPT. It was useful to us because we all are teachers, and if teachers are joining some programs like SWAYAM, as you have completed, NPTEL programs, where possible, which program they want to join as per their the subject and the availability, they should enrich their knowledge. Then and then they only impart perfectly and very effectively with the students. So teachers should be with ahead than the student, and students should use this technology. We use this classroom technology with advanced technology, so that our education system, new education policy will be implemented very effectively. Thank you madam for appreciation of this webinar series by you, and as per your wishes, we will issue Limca book record, because the preparation is in the last 2-3 days remaining, and data what they needed, I am compiling all these things. File is nearly to be completed, and it will be proud to us that all the resource person, participants, organizing committee members have involved in this. It is not the task of a single person, but every participant, every supporters are important, and all they will get credit if we got the such appreciation from the Limca book record. Thank you, madam. Thank you for joining here, and in future also with your now new topic and concept, you are always invited for this. Thank you.
Principal sir, I'm really feeling proud and fortunate to be here, and I really appreciate the effort you have put in. It's not that easy. The way you are working, the prompt action you are taking, how you're coordinating, really, you need a salute. It's just how you are managing. I really salute you, sir. Thank you so much, sir, and I'm very proud of being part of it. Thank you, sir.
Welcome, ma'am.
At the end, now I am here for vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank today's honorable dignitary and keynote speaker, Mamta Chawla ma'am, who has accepted the invitation of our college and blessed us with an enlightening lecture on the topic. It was very detailed. All of us have understood the concept very well and how we can implement it in our colleges. So thank you, ma'am, on behalf of the organizing committee of webinar series Shri Kumarswami College, Ausa. I sincerely thank you, ma'am. I also thank chief organizer and chairperson of this webinar series, Honorable Principal Dr. M. Ambedkar sir, who is continuously working hard to make this webinar series successful, and he always remains engaged in catering different topics related with variety of fields, so that we all can have knowledge from different fields. So thank you, sir. I also thank participants who are joining regularly, listening, asking questions, raising doubts, and these are making the series successful. I also thank Dr. Anita Dhole ma'am for introducing today's honorable speaker. Now I request participants, please fill feedback link to have your certificate, and with the permission of chief organizer and chairperson of this webinar series, I announce here that today's webinar is over. Thanks to all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam.
सर जी आज जो गड़बड़ थी फीडबैक लिंक भेजो मुझे भी फिल कर दूं, थोड़े कार्यक्रम सुन पाया। बिल्कुल सर, गुड, नमस्ते।
जी सर अभी भेजेंगे। जी सर भेजता हूँ अभी। ओके।
हम तो सभी अच्छे हो रहे सर, थोड़ा
नहीं चलता सर,
मौसम की वजह से सब गड़बड़ हो रही है।
नहीं चलता सर। मैं फिर भी बाद में अपनी वेबिनार सीरीज होने के बाद भी अगर मुझे कुछ सर्टिफिकेट रहे सर बोल तो मैं बहुत फ्री रहता हूँ, जब मैं हेल्प करूँगा, कोई बात नहीं सर। अभी 2-3 दिन में ज़रा ज़्यादा लोड है काम का। अपनी वेबिनार सीरीज़ के ज़रा डाटा कंपाइल करना है, उसको ज़रा फॉर्मेलेट करना है, जो इसमें बोले वाला है उसमें भेजना है, ये सब चालू है। आप सभी ज्वाइन हो रहे इस फैमिली के, जैसे आप सबकी कभी देखे नहीं आपको, मगर आपसे पहचानत हो गई, आपकी आवाज़ पहचान रहे, आपको देख सकते हैं। यही बड़ी बात है कि कहाँ से आप है, कहाँ से हम है, मगर कुछ न कुछ बहाने एक जगह आ रहे हैं, कुछ तो सुन रहे और जा रहे। ये बहुत अच्छा है सर।
ये तो हो रहा है, ये तो चीज होती रहती है लोग भी busy हैं।
आप जैसे
लेकिन
देखने से
आप बहुत बहुत मेहनत कर रहे हैं
मेहनत
गुरुजी,
तो
आप तो
क्या सर।
इतना ज्यादा काम करते हैं, इतने अच्छे कार्यक्रम। अभी तो रविवार वाला जो कार्यक्रम है एकदम नया कार्यक्रम था सर, वो
Yes, sir.
सुबह का आज
हाँ,
इतना सुंदर कार्यक्रम था। हमारे लिए तो एकदम नई जानकारी है, इनके
जी।
बारे में हमें तो मालूम ही नहीं है कुछ,
ब्रेन
किसी को भी मालूम नहीं है।
राइट न्यूरो
क्योंकि सभी क्षेत्र में तो जा नहीं सकते, सबका तो अध्ययन नहीं कर सकते
जी।
सर जी हम,
बहुत सर
क्योंकि ये
रिसोर्स
चीजें 1 घंटे में मिल रही है पूरे
जी।
सालों के कोर्स की।
क्या करना, आप इस साल से ज्वाइन हुए, 2 साल से चल रहा है, तो 2 साल से इतने अच्छे सब्जेक्ट, नए नए सब्जेक्ट मिले, समझो आप सी से लेके स्काई तक सभी सब्जेक्ट आ गए वाले। क्या करना, मैं पहले यूट्यूब नहीं बनाता था, मुझे नहीं आता था, बाद में मैं यूट्यूब बनाना सीखा, मगर वो सब कलेक्शन एक नॉलेज जैसा है। फिर भी सर इनके ऊपर जो बुक आ रही है ना मेरी, तो मैं बुक आपको व्हाट्सएप पे भेजूंगा, आप कभी तो आराम से पढ़ेंगे, क्योंकि ये जो बोल रहे हैं 1-1 घंटा सब डेली, तो उसकी वो समरी उसमें दे रहे 2 पेज का, बोल तो पढ़ने में भी अच्छा है, सब अच्छा है उसमें, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है। वो बुक मैं आपको भेजूंगा। हाँ, कोई बात नहीं सर। जितना आज तो 150 कुछ तो आर्टिकल्स है उसमें आज की घड़ी में, आप थोड़े बढ़ जाएंगे, जैसी वेबिनार सीरीज जैसे भेजे वैसे तो भेजूंगा सर आपको मैं ई बुक पढ़ने के लिए। ओके सर, ज्वाइन होते रहिए सर,
मांग लेंगे हम
जी सर।
हाँ, आपका नंबर है हमारे पास,
जी
हम दे
उतना मैसेज करो, और 6 तारीख तक अपना चलने वाला है। थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
6 तारीख को है ना?
हाँ, 6 तारीख हो, 5 का लास्ट था, मगर आज के एक मैडम को रिक्वेस्ट आने से 6 तारीख तक उसको प्रोलॉन्ग किए। हाँ, कोई बात नहीं। ओके सर, स्वयं मिलेंगे।
अच्छा जी, चलो ठीक है, गुड नाइट सर।
गुड नाइट सर, गुड नाइट, गुड नाइट। वो क्या है, संडे रहने से जरा ज्वाइन कम थे, 40-45 तो थे, 30-35 थोड़ा सा होता है, मगर क्या है, हमारे लिए वेबिनार होना और उसकी फीडबैक लिंक भर जाना ये कंपलसरी है, उसके स्क्रीनशॉट 3 बार इम्पोर्टेंट है। और जो कुछ ये यूट्यूब पे रहने से क्या होता है, यूट्यूब में सबको शेयर करता ना, वो आराम से देख लेते, कोई ज्वाइन हुआ नहीं हुआ तो भी। आपके इसलिए यूट्यूब आपको भेजा क्या, नहीं भेजा आपकी लिंक? जी अभी भेजता हूँ, क्योंकि अभी क्लोज होगी ना, लाइव था वो।